I believe I brought 6 or 7 pairs of shoes that's in my rotation today. Yeah, and I'm gonna show you guys what they are. My name is Jae Tips. I am the Uptown Savior from the Bronx, New York. I'm a designer, I'm a multi-hyphenate, but my favorite thing of all, I'm a father. Describing who I am as a sneaker enthusiast is always interesting because I've traveled every level of it, whether it was resale, retail, now designing, collector, everything. So me, I just think I'm just highest tiers it could get as a sneakerhead, pretty much.
All right, let's start with the first pair.
This shoe's in my rotation. Like I started design, I believe I designed this for Nike by You around like 2020. It's just a time in my life where I was like, yo, how long am I gonna chase hype and chase big releases? How about you like go back to the essence of why you love shoes? When I was in high school and when I was in middle school, I just wanted to break necks. I wanted people to be like, what do you got on? What is this person wearing and stuff like that. So that's when I started like trying to get a few customs and working on stuff. But I never was like like you see on social media, people are just like painting on shoes. I wanted to really like, how can I learn more about like design aesthetics and stuff like that. So I threw these on to go to like a summer Nike NY versus NY basketball game. So these are in my rotation recently and they by like the doorstep. So, you know, my own little colorway, very reminiscent of things that you kind of see me design now in different palettes, just in different ways. But you know, it's kind of where it started. Probably the most famous silhouette to me in just shoe history besides like Air Force One, the Air Max 95, the collaboration with Cortez. Shout out to my friends at Nike for sending me over a pair because it was a crazy release. Very, very like minimalist when it comes to color, but it's like the details are dope, the netting, the laces, the pink accents, and just me could wear these with anything. And like I style them typically when I'm just like not having like a Saucony day. Like I just want to kind of like, I don't have meetings or I'm like hitting the city, I'll throw these on. But I am kind of getting to the point where like people are like, oh, you wearing Nikes? Got Nikes on today? So, but these are like the shoe where it's like I'm gonna play a little hooky from the Saucony stuff and throw these on. I wear these probably like maybe once every 3 weeks. Once every 3 weeks, whether it's just a light day or a busy day, like this is one of the shoes I'll just slip on and I know like, all right, I put the outfit together. So this pair is also in my rotation. This is the minted New York Saucony collab on the Triumph 4. The Triumph is one of my favorite Saucony shoes, but to me it's just it's very chill. It's very like on trend with the colorways and like just the sail and just the greens and stuff. Like I think if you look up like a very in trend color palette right now, like this is it. And it just, they had a crazy event in New York City. I was lucky enough to be able to get a pair, and I style these I wore these recently with like just some like Acne shorts and like a BBC rugby shirt. Like just, it came together good. Like I could have went to brunch or I could have just went to hang out in the city to get a coffee. So it's, to me, this is a good shoe. The Triumph is just a good shoe. I think when I really started to care about keeping sneakers clean and have a mindset about like just wanting to collect had to be the Concord 11s or maybe like the Taxi 12s. I remember it was a white and black shoe, so like my mom knew that would match with everything, but it was like if I got it dirty, I was gonna get in trouble. So at that young age, it was like I had to learn how to clean with toothbrushes and make sure I didn't mess them up too much going to school. These here are my fall collaboration with Saucony, the Matrix. I debuted these in Paris. The reaction was insane because people are so used to the same silhouettes through everything. What people were talking about the most was my color palettes. So I wanted to, you know, just kind of showcase that again. And I think some of the best brands in the world, you know them by color. So it's like, as much as you kind of look at like McDonald's and stuff, sometimes you could cover the logo and you know that that's McDonald's. You could cover X and you know that's StockX. So I think color is very important when it's come to just brand identity. So I wanted to kind of just keep flexing that, like, these are my palettes, and I want people to be like, oh, that looks like a Jae Tip shoe, just because it's like, you know, you just kind of see it. And I remember when the opportunity to design this shoe came up, and I was talking with Saucony, and I said, when I bring my kids to school every day, I still see the people wear the same shoes that I was wearing when I was a kid. Like, so if there was ever a time people were trying to convince me wearing a simulation, I believe it, because it's the same silhouettes, it's the same models, it's the same retros and stuff. So being able to usher in new stories, new memories, new things into people's collection is something that I would love to be able to work on. And the Matrix is something that I can guarantee no one has in their collection. So it's a new story for everybody. When it came to designing the to-do list, a lot of shoes have hype, but don't always have necessary intention. So when I used to work in like retail, today was gonna be a busy day, I needed a comfortable pair of shoes. So like when I was working on the to-do list, I was like, I should just make a shoe that tells people that this is your comfortable pair of shoes if you have a long day. Another shoe that I have in my collection is the Air Flea 2, the Cactus Plant Nike collaboration. I actually bought these off of a friend who, like, he was just like, I guess, I don't know if they were, whatever was going on, he was like, yo, give me retail for them, I'll take them. I said, all right, bet. Each time I worn them, it rained. So after that, I was just like, you know what, this is my weather shoe. So whenever I'm just having like a day where like New York is very gloomy and very like up and down when it comes to things, so this is kind of the shoe I throw on when I'm trying to have a, just, you know, under the weather day. There's a lot of design that's coloring in within the lines. What I love the most about Cactus Plant is how it's everything that they do, they revamp. Everything that they design, they put out, it goes against all design rules and guidelines. Like even things that maybe sometimes the consumer doesn't even realize. Like if you go to like a local print shop, they won't even let you print like past like a hoodie line or past like a shoulder line. And to me, that was like their staple, that they're just printing all over. And it's like someone that's really in the business would be like, wow, that you had to really go through something and to even convince them to want to do that. So I just think you see it through their collaborations a lot, of just defying limits and pushing boundaries and stuff like that. So I think I haven't seen anything from them that was safe. Like everything with them is just always fun and cool and different. These are my second collaboration with Saucony, the Grid Shadow 2, the What's the Occasion. More speaking about like intention, wanting to give you something that, you know, like what's the occasion, gonna put these on. These were wear to a party. So it was just more like fun. My design inspiration was the Kanye West Bape, just because I wanted to, you know, I always wanted to show highlight to that colorway. And also, like, you know, many people always ask me about my reference to the flower and stuff like that. But of course, I'm inspired by Murakami. Of course, I'm inspired by Kanye West. So this shoe was like, you know, wear to a party, and, you know, have some fun. It was also my second collaboration. I want to show people that everything with me wasn't just crazy. It was like I can give you a very loud shoe, but then I can also give you a subtle one with just different colors. Like there's people who tell me the shoe's red, there's people who say the shoe's peach, there's people who tell me the shoe's brown, which I find it as a compliment because it's like everybody sees it differently because of the way I play with colors and stuff like that. The sneakers that usually catch my eye are comfortable ones as I'm getting older. As I move around a lot, like working. As much as I love everything, I've learned in this process that I don't need to own everything. So like usually if I see like just comfortable styles and stuff like that, I'll be like, oh, those are cool. Like Hokas and New Balances and stuff like that. Like, oh, I want to check that out. And these right here, these are forever in my rotation as long as I can keep a pair as clean as it can be to be presentable in most settings. But this is my first collaboration with Saucony, the Grid Azora 2000. And you know, the tell of my life. I always wanted to be able to design on this level. So I also wanted to show people that I was worthy of this opportunity. The impact this shoe had on my career was, it introduced me to just the world of people that I think wanted something different. I think some of my first conversations I had with Saucony, I told them that this will 100% be a lot of people's first shoe in their collection from Saucony. And that's where we start. That's where we start our adventure Just because you want to also, not only do you want to design with intention, you want to also give people a reason on why they want to spend their money. And I think a lot of companies with collaboration right now, very, very safe, very kind of 1, 2, 3, very much like just a logo on the tongue and stuff. And I just wanted to show people that every like if I was gonna sell you something, every inch of it was gonna be with some intention on it. And I think it shook the game up, man. I think Saucony's a major player right now. I think Saucony's in a lot of stores right now. I think the to-do list hasn't officially released, but if people watching this go back, the stores that were carrying my previous shoe are different than the stores carrying this now. Like, it's getting bigger. So, I think this shoe is, people are gonna tie a lot of back my success into how well this shoe did. So I'm happy with that. And it's doing well on StockX too. To me, I change up my rotation at least maybe every month and a half, 2 months, just because collecting all these shoes throughout like my life, I've actually learned there's like a beauty in like having a smaller selection to choose from. So if like Saucony or another brand sends me something that I could like kind of like seamlessly work in, where I can just kind of, it doesn't matter what I'm really wearing. And I'm like a famous mismatcher. Like anybody that like has known me my whole life knows I've always played with color. So I'm very blessed that I'm able to impress people through like design now. But to me, it's just like if I could wear something that I can get a few fits off and I could throw on every day, or pack a light bag and this can go with a few things, and you can make it into the rotation. So here we have it, my upcoming current collaboration with Saucony, the to-do list on the Omni 9, the ProGrid Omni 9, which to me is the most in trend with like other brands with their runners and what kind of the kids are wearing and things like that. So with this one, I just wanted to more show my capabilities of like just different palettes and different materials. Like I think if you see it in person, you see the different PVC materials, and you see like almost like fingerprints on like the leather and stuff like that. You see a netting that's on the shoe that no other Omni 9 has this netting on top. So this particular process, I had the other colorway already designed, but when it was like time to like put this one on like the display, that's one process I really enjoy with them, is they all try to figure out how they can help, whether it's you should do this or you should do that, or this, look at this new material we haven't used yet. So this one, I really fine-tuned it on the spot. Like this one, I was really like, I love what I did, but I want to tell like a broader story, and I just really like flexed up some of the colors and stuff like as we were going. Like as like the design team was like asking me for Pantones, I was kind of looking for them on the spot. How often I wear these? Probably 3 times maybe 3-4 times a week, just because I have a lot of different Omnis in my rotation, but wearing your own shoe is definitely what everybody's asking about and everybody's asking for. So and also just being proud of the process too. I think when you kind of been looking forward to something for a long time and you know like what you're sitting on, like sometimes the gram is dry. Like sometimes you're seeing other people kind of talk about like other collaborators and what they got going on, and you know you sitting on some heat. Like I was excited for people to finally see it, and this shoe, like I really tested my design brain with it. So I'm just happy to see how much people love it and they enjoy it, and people really fascinated by the details and things like that. Because we put a lot of work in. I go up there and I run up Saucony's coffee bill, sit down with them for like 10-12 hours, and we really get down on the details. So I'm happy to finally see it out. Thanks for watching In Rotation. Look out for more episodes like this. I am Jae Tips. You can follow me on all socials, JaeTips. And you can also shop some of my rotation on the link below. Some of my Nikes, some of my Sauconys, maybe some of the New Balances I got in my rotation. But Uptown Savior, I'm out of here.